Chapter 13. Past Lives, Present Life, and Causality. In Chapter 8, we discussed the principle of dependent arising, also known as the law of causality. Now, let's recap. The law of causality is an axiom which serves as the theoretical foundation for all science and philosophy. Without the law of causality, all scientific theorems and philosophical theories cannot be established. The law of causality states that any phenomenon or thing must have its cause. That is, things have their root and branches. Affairs have their end and beginning. In other words, any result or phenomenon arises from the combination of causes and conditions. The principle of dependent arising has three characteristics. Number 1, results arise from causes. Number 2, everything follows the universal law. And number 3, existence arises from emptiness. Everything in the universe has these three basic characteristics. Nothing can escape dependent arising and cessation, the law that causes and conditions lead to arising and cessation. The material world follows the law of causality, and the spiritual world also follows the law of causality. The inertia energy generated from the actions of free will is called karma. In other words, all our thoughts and actions will leave imprints, creating a kind of inertia. The inertia energy accumulated through repeated actions forms karmic habits. The karmic habits formed from the actions of free will, in turn, will influence free will. This force that acts back upon free will is called karmic force. In fact, the law of causality is always present in the actions of free will. So, the cause is the force of karmic cause, or simply karmic cause. The effect is the force of karmic effect, or simply karmic effect. And the condition is the force of karmic condition, or simply karmic condition. When free will is acting, karmic causes also influence the actions of free will, giving rise to karmic effects, which then become new karmic causes. Therefore, the law of causality is not determinism or fatalism. Anyone with logical thinking can understand that since there is causality, there must be reincarnation. Why? Some wicked individuals commit evil throughout their lives and die without experiencing any retributions, whereas some virtuous individuals lead a righteous life but pass away without receiving any rewards. If there were no afterlife and no consequences to face after death, where wicked individuals would escape their deserved retributions and virtuous individuals couldn't receive their deserved rewards, then the law of causality wouldn't be established and ethical values would be meaningless. In the real world, evil often seems more profitable than justice. So why should we still uphold justice? Some individuals engage in immoral actions, only pursuing their own benefit, yet seem to live happily. If there were no retributions for their actions, wouldn't it be more reasonable to do evil deeds? Therefore, only when immoral actions inevitably lead to retributions, virtuous deeds eventually bring rewards, and justice prevails, do we have a reason to uphold righteousness and find a meaning in pursuing justice. A person's innate potential of the four quotients, as well as various hobbies, skills, personality and temperament, are different from their parents. They are not inherited, nor are they set by God. The karmic effects we are born with in this life must have their causes from our past lives. Even among siblings raised by the same parents in the same family environment, their personalities may differ significantly. Some are compassionate, some are indifferent, some are empathetic, some are selfish, some are strong, some are weak. Some are open-minded, some are conservative. These personalities begin to manifest in early childhood prior to formal education. This can also be observed in their interests and behaviours. Some individuals are born with severe intellectual disabilities, while some are born geniuses. Some are kind-hearted from an early age, while some are selfish. Some are naturally easygoing and gentle, while some are stubborn and impatient. Without underlying causes, there wouldn't be such innate karmic effects. Moreover, some people are even born with memories of their past lives. Such variations exist. If there were no past lives, the law of causality wouldn't be established. Even more convincing evidence can be found in identical twins. They have the same genetic makeup, same appearance, same parents, grow up in the same environment, wear the same clothes, and receive the same education. However, as they grow older, between the ages of 3 and 7, their different personalities, preferences, talents, potentials, as well as different intelligence quotient, emotional quotient, spiritual quotient, and moral quotient start to manifest. The statement that humans have no past or future lives lacks scientific basis. No scientist can claim to have proven the statement through experimentation. A statement that hasn't been proven through experimentation and practice is merely a speculation. How can we blindly believe it? Some people may ask, if there are past lives, why don't I remember them? In fact, if we calmly reflect, we will realize that even without considering past lives, an ordinary person can hardly remember anything before the age of 6. How many things can you still remember from several decades ago, or even just a few years ago? How can you say that things you don't remember never happened? After spending 9.5 months in the mother's womb, it's normal to completely forget about past lives. Of course, there are very few individuals who remember their past lives, but as they grow older, these memories usually gradually fade away. Such cases have been recorded and reported throughout history. Scientific researchers in the West have also confirmed the existence of souls after death through hypnosis, as well as research on individuals who have come back to life after death, near-death experiences. Of course, to verify reincarnation, there are usually 2 possibilities. The first is through the practice of yoga, mindfulness, or meditation. After reaching a certain level, one may be able to directly perceive and experience it. This has been confirmed by numerous practitioners. The second possibility is that scientists may invent more sophisticated instruments in the future that can detect souls after death. Everything has its cause and effect. From the formation of galaxies to being bitten by a mosquito, there are always causes and conditions behind them. Nothing happens without a cause. Causes give rise to effects, and effects further become causes. Causes and effects interconnect like an endless circular chain that won't stop. Based on the continuous nature of causality, we can also prove that the law of causality is inevitable throughout past, present, and future lives. The law of causality is a natural law governing the universe and life. Nothing is accidental or disorderly. The experiences and ups and downs in our life, as well as the people we meet and the circumstances we face, are not random. Since there is the law of causality in the universe, there must be reincarnation. Many people are not willing to believe in this truth, primarily due to their arrogance. They are unwilling to accept that there are great sages in this world, with wisdom and abilities far beyond ordinary people. Additionally, many people assume that ancient sages are just deified and idolized by later generations. Such a belief is deeply ingrained and difficult to change. These various doubts and prejudices hinder them from learning with an open and humble attitude, making it difficult for them to absorb the wisdom of sages. Every ordinary person is drawn into this world by their own karma. Apart from death, which is certain, they know nothing about the future. Their subconscious is filled with anxiety and fear. Those who don't believe in reincarnation don't know the reasons behind such feelings, nor do they ponder why it happens. When they are alone and idle, this inexplicable restlessness, fear, and loneliness often haunt them. Not daring to face themselves, they tend to seek refuge in the company of others, engaging in entertainment activities like chatting, gaming, and dancing to pass the time and forget these feelings. They may also choose to immerse themselves in art. The most common phenomenon in modern society is watching TV or scrolling through smartphones to aimlessly pass the time. People who don't believe in life after death, in their subconscious think, humans are nothing more than highly complex yet not mysterious electrochemical machines. They believe that after death there is nothing left, so while alive they should enjoy life to the fullest. As for those criminals, they think that after death they can escape all responsibility for their actions. Thus, they commit crimes with this mindset of luck and greed. In today's world, humans have a blind faith in science. Obsessed with the developments in technology, they are facing a severe spiritual crisis that continues to spread throughout the world. In Western countries, various confusing social issues are becoming more and more prevalent and challenging. Nowadays, individualism, liberalism, materialism, and hedonism are once again growing and spreading, subtly shaping the social atmosphere. People all over the world are becoming more and more materialistic, seeking a quick success, being short-sighted, unscrupulous, spiritually empty, and irresponsible.